Hey guys, how's it going? OSCO here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be going over drums, and in this video, just to start off with, I'm going to make a basic drum pattern, and then I'm going to show you guys how to make it a bit more interesting, so it can fit into a track a bit better. So straight into this. Quick tip on what I just done there. Actually, I've made like a triple kick. So if you make a selection like this, it's all going to sound the same. Like, you highlight all of them, hold the Alt key or the Option key on Windows, and you click and drag Control on Windows, or I don't know what it is on Mac, but highlight all of them, then hold Control on Windows, and then you can drag up in a line, change the shape of your selection, like in the velocity, so it sounds like this. So cool. So what I've done is, just before I get started, I normally have my kicks and snares in one drum rack to start off with. I have my hats and shakers and stuff in another rack, and then percussion in another rack. So I've got 3 things split up. That way I've just got an easy way to have a side chain go into a MIDI channel like that, so I can choose things to. Didn't mean to do that. So instantly with hats, rather than just having one hat going the whole time, I like to have a different flavour on every second one, so deeper. So just straight, quarter note pattern. Then so these are going on the 8th notes in between. And then on this delay here, I don't know why I've So there's some basic percussion effects. So what I like to do with the hats straight away is, with any of the ones that are layered, normally a small one that isn't too significant, so hat 10, which is this. If you go into the control section within a drum rack or within a simpler, there should be a little thing here called random pan. So every time that's hit, it'll pan it across the channels either left or right every time it's hit. So I like to whack that to 100% so that every time that hat hits, it's playing somewhere else. And then everyone's layered with this one. Hat 9. Do the same with this one. Cool, so they're panning around now. Now, what I also like to do, create another return track, put another delay on there. You can use any delay, I prefer this one. Like, you can use echo, echo is just as good as this. Just everything's easy to grab, it's just... So... So what that's doing now is turning the hats into an eighth note pattern, because these are just playing on the fourths, but because sending it to a delay, it's like adding another one and then changing the velocity and moving it down, but it just saves you time of having to do that by putting it into a delay. And then because you use this is like a tape echo emulation, you can modulate it if you wanted to, set the rate. It's just another way of creating interest. Add a bit of reverb to those hats. Now, every time these hats are hitting, they're going to be hitting at the same pitch every single time. So what I also like to do is, so I've got this thing called addictive drums. And I'm sure if you're into like drum and bass and stuff, you'll know that Noisy will love this. And basically, it's just a really good sample library of a drum kit. And they're just really well recorded. So I'm just gonna record. So what I've done there when recording this in is I've changed how hard I was pressing the note. Was it in the velocities thing? So what I'm going to do here, bypass this. I'm going to send this to the same delay. So it just adds a little extra bit of depth to everything. Send it to the reverb as well. What I also like to do now is layer my kicks with the same thing, and so in here. So what I've done is just selected my kick within the drum rack, created an instrument rack within that cell, and then added a drum rack on top of it. But what you need to do when you do that is get a MIDI effect, a pitch, drag that onto there, and then find out where the kick's sitting. There we go. So each kit has its own like room level set to it. So what I'll do is I'll just EQ out the lows and then just have that room in the sample. So it gives the kick just like a little bit of breath. Sounds like it's a recorded kick. If you want it to like sound a bit, you know, more glued together, just distort them together. So they have like scaled harmonics. What I do is turn that one down a little bit. Actually put it together would be useful. And then, now we've got that going, what I'm going to do is take these, so I've put some snares on top of this clap. So if I say now is add delay with these at different times on each one. So the first one will be, say, a 16th dotted ping pong. So this one can non-ping pong. So this all behind your track, all these like subtle rhythmic changes, over time you can replace the sounds and, you know, go crazy with it. Obviously the percussion's a bit shit, but, you know, I've only just thrown that together to the point of the video. But I go into so much depth with my tracks, as of recent anyways. So essential to have your drums right, because that's the whole rhythm, that's the groove, that's what your voice is moving around. Cool, it's one thing to have like great sound design, but if your drums aren't, you know, if you can't solo the drums and groove to the drums alone without anything else in the track, then your drums aren't ready to put other stuff on top of. Like, it's just like production 101, music 101, like you need a rhythm to bop your head to. And you know, like getting good at drums is probably took me the longest to get, like, because sound design is difficult and all, but once you get your head around it, everything's pretty easy. But even I struggle with drums still, and it's just one of those things that you just need to persevere, make loads of really shit music, really poor drums, and when you start really caring about the drum, that's when you you step up. And yeah, it's just about churning it out. and going through the motions of just being shit and then getting better and better the more you make music. And just paying attention to the small details. If you pay attention to the minute details in every part of your track, really make every sound put in, like every sound that you put in and every effect that you put on has meaning. You're not just throwing it on to create more depth, sense of depth, and you're going to get better if you think like that. So yeah, I hope this video has been helpful. If you want me to go into more detail on it, please let me know in the comments, because there's so much more I can go into detail on. But I you know, when I cover drums, it's such a broad subject. This is probably going to require like more episodes, because you know I could do a whole thing dedicated to just shakers and hats, and then a whole thing on percussion, kick snare patterns, and then different layering techniques, and then effects, and then transitional things and fills and all that. I'll do a drum series, but this is just the start of the conversation around drums, and you guys need to be taking that shit more seriously. So yeah, to end it on that note, have a good one, guys. Peace.